Hey, everybody, welcome back to another episode of the Witching Hour podcast. I am still your host, John Royceland. I am still sorry about your luck for that one. But nevertheless, welcome back. And I'm still working on looking at the camera, not the computer, the camera, not the computer. Anyhow, enough of that shit I got to deal with. Today, folks, I am talking about, you are listening together. We are discussing 2025 release of GUSH, the uh, Bandit Motion Pictures. Always been a fan of their work, always enjoyed their work. They had kind of been in what seemed to have been a small hiatus for a while, um, but they are back. Their latest film, GUSH, written and directed by Scott Schirmer and Brian K. Williams. Brian Williams, thank you so much for sending me the copy of the film for review. Film is about an hour and a half long. It stars Ellie Church, Alyss Winkler, and Jason Crowe. From names and faces that we are all familiar with, and all familiar especially with Bandit Motion Picture films. This is a much more, excuse me, in my opinion, um, a much more mature film. And when I say that, it doesn't come across well, as if the previous films were not mature. Um, Give me a second to explain. The basis of the film is Ellie Church is a horror author. Her and her husband, played by Jason Crowe, have unfortunately gone through the loss of a child. Um, wow. Um, Ellie actually goes out to clear her head, try to continue writing. She's on her third book of the trilogy. She wants to finish it up. She's hoping to be able to gain some possible inspiration. Um, her and her husband are having issues at home. Obviously, the stress and the mental anguish of having gone through the loss of a child um, has definitely taken its toll on the couple. And she goes out there in hopes of a nice cabin, a little bit of technology, relax, inspiration, and continue to write if she continues to write at all. She she gets to this cabin, and it's definitely not a Holiday Inn. It's not pretty at all. There is a typewriter in the middle of the room. That is all her technology. No computer, no laptop, no printer, no nothing. Just her and a computer. So we're going back to the days of old, if you will. After a day or two of having been there, she runs into a woman outside in the woods who quickly becomes her muse. That muse um, is played by Alyss Winkler. Excuse me. Um, the connection between the two, the muse, she learns is quickly, she learns that this is her muse, and she is inspired by the attention, by the sensuality, the protection that she is given, and pages are just flying literally off the computer. Excuse me, lack of computer at the typewriter. The problem is with a muse, the muse wants in return also. So much like Peter Pan with Tinker Bell, and it referenced that in the movie, which I thought was actually pretty genius. Um, you got to be real careful what you ask for with a muse, because they will want back and they can be very, very spiteful. So keep that in mind. So the reason why I say this is a much more mature film is it dabbles with very, very personal issues, very lifelike issues. Um, it's a very, very good film, done very well. Ellie Church, I tip my hat to you. You did a brilliant job in this film. Now, for those who are expecting to get a gore fest from Headless, or my personal favorite, Found, or if you're looking for something along those lines from a past Bandit Motion Picture films, you might be a little bit disappointed. Now, I'm not saying there isn't blood in the movie, because there is. There's actually a scene. No, no, no. I better not even give too much away. Let's just say there are a couple scenes with blood between the two women. That is absolutely gorgeous. The filming, the sound, the production of the film is done really, really well. Um, Scott Schirmer, Brian Williams definitely do not let you down in a well-balanced, well thought out film. All I'm trying to say is if you are expecting an extreme gore, this is not the film. As a matter of fact, IMDb actually considers Gush to be a thriller, not a horror. So take that into mind. Now, of course, I am not deterring anybody from not seeing this film. I highly suggest you do, for the production um, and the acting alone. Like I said, Ellie Church, you did a great job. Jason Crowe, I've always enjoyed his acting, and Alyss Winkler. Let's face it, what's not to like? She commands the screen in the camera when she's on screen. Excuse me. She knows how to work it, and the three of them together did a great job in this film. Again, I am very grateful to those at Bandit Motion Pictures for having sent the Witching Hour podcast a screener for review. As a matter of fact, last night, Saturday, I heard it had its um, debut in public. So applause to all those that were there, and applause to all those that were in the production of the film. And I hope that it was a great turnout, and that the responses are well taken. Um, as always, please get out there, watch the movie. It's not extreme gore. It doesn't mean it's not good. Bandit Motion Pictures has never put out a bad film, and nor do I ever see them doing so. They are well thought out. They make you think. Um, where this film went towards the end, the climatic scene at the end, wow. I've got to say that, wow. It was so well done. It was almost artistic. Um, it's a good film. It is one that I will definitely be adding to the library behind me as soon as I can. With that being said, always support the films, support the indie films. All genre of horror is good horror. So, with that being said, folks, I am your host, John Royce, with the Witching Hour podcast. Be sure to check out Gush, latest film from Bandit Motion Pictures. You see Brian, you see Scott, you see the ladies or Jason. Definitely give them a thumbs up and a pat on the back, and tell them a great job, because it's well deserved on this. Thank you guys for joining me. As always, I am on Instagram and Facebook. Look for me, The Witching Hour Podcast. Please check out my YouTube page. Please subscribe to it and share the work. I do it because I love it, and I'm here to help you guys maybe get a little bit more insight on films if you're ever wondering about them. If you have any suggestions on movie titles that you want reviews on, shoot me a message. Let me know. I would love to look into it for you. I do have some more great titles that I'm working with, as well as some great interviews coming up soon. The calendar is filling up, so I hope you guys will stick around. As always, thank you so much for your support. And like I always said, keep it evil.